Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Mosquito Town. The infestation level is supposedly very high. We haven't seen, though, one of these Crimson Court specific mosquito-y vampire monster enemies in like quite a long time, right? It's been a whole bunch of runs. And I think that's probably partially the reason that we're not getting a lot of blood. Because I think I'd have to go back over the tapes and check. I refer to my MP4 files as the tapes. I just go over the tapes and check. But I think the only time that we get blood as loot from combat is when we're fighting the Crimson Court dudes, right? So maybe that's the reason that a lot of people report having a lot of blood and I don't, is because they're encountering the mosquito guys more often. If you are one of the people in the comments who has been like, hey, I have 20 vials of blood, I don't know what's up with your blood drop rate, that's weird. Do tell. Like, where are you getting them from combat a lot, or what's going on? Okay, we should do some... Hold on, buddy. Before we go to battle, Fairfax and Grentimesnil actually should probably be de-stressed, right? So let's go stick Grentimesnil in the... Damn it. What cruel irony. Yeah, feel free to leave, brother. Yeah, we don't have enough. Well, actually, we have 12 portraits. It's 6, so it probably goes 2, 4, 6. So we do have enough portraits to open up the second level of the brothel. But you know what? I guess Grentimesnil is just going to have to sit in town and think about things for a week. And meanwhile, you can actually get, like... Why don't you go to the Abbey? Why don't you go to the Abbey and have a good think about your bloodlust? Okay. Almost forgot to de-stress people. Let's go to the Weald. Here we go. We don't have any vampires. There's no particular reason for us to bring blood. Let's take not a full stack of torches. You know how I am. I'm very stingy. I'm a stingy dude. Oh. We have a free shovel because the grave robber. It's the Weald. So, I don't know, medicinal herbs, anti-venom. There's chests everywhere. We'll encounter a chest, I'm sure. This is probably fine. Let's go. We're running this one pretty light. You don't have to make nearly as much money if you don't bring very many supplies. You also have to worry about people starving to death and being murdered, but these worries are our constant companions. We shall always have the concern that someone might starve to death or get murdered.
I knew all these paths once. Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're only going to be able to skip one room. This is a really awkward layout. Well, I mean, we got to go this way. No two ways about it. We might be in the dark a little bit. We might spend some time in the dark.
Beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the
oh, hey, look who it is.
alike.
We were just talking about you. You know, that's fair. I actually feel like I take about 10 stress when I hear a mosquito, too. Mosquitoes are just creepy, dude. They creep me out. Alright, well, I guess let's not try to blight them. They have 20% prot. Dagger Throw really doesn't do that much damage. It does have some crit. Oh, yeah, but hey, I equipped this thing. So we actually have a 130% chance to land this blight. Yeah, that's pretty good odds. They bleed very easily. Now remember, we do have to care a little bit more about our health than we often do. Actually, you know what? I forgot we were running without a healer. I should have brought all of the food we could bring. That was an error. So this guy's gonna take 7 damage on his turn. It's pretty good odds that just cracking him across the face with the mace will do the job, but actually, if we hit him with the stun, his stun resistance is 150%. Never mind, hit him. Alright, all we had to do was get 5. I guess we just have at him, right? The dude's a bloodsucker, which is a shame. You know, parts of him are human, but we're not going to get our human damage bonus.
Unforgiving.
Hey, don't gather my blood. I need my blood. I also need your blood. I love that. Love that animation. Okay, let's blight the dude up since we can't dagger throw at the front rank. Oh, I forgot to fix her skills. She still has her melee equipped. even though she can't use it from the back rank.
Their formation is broken.
Okay.
Maintain the offensive.
That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. You know what, let's maybe... This guy's stun resist is not so high. So maybe just make it so he can't do stuff. And then we'll kill this guy. Alright, if this goes reasonably well... This guy's speed is really bad, and this guy doesn't get a turn. We might actually be able to kill them without taking any further damage. Okay, that guy's dead. And his stun resist is only... Oh, never mind.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Well, there you go. Who needs healing? I mean, we do have the... What's-his-face for emergencies. So I think my plan is to head over to here, then come back and head up this way, and this maybe ends up being the room we skip. Obviously, it'll depend a little bit if we get some... that's not so bad. It'll depend a little bit on if we get scouting information. Okay, so I think I move him to here. And the reason we do that is that... oh, that's a shame. Rampart can be used from the third position and moves him forward when he uses it. They have 100% stun resist. This is pretty unlikely to actually do any damage. Or to actually do the stun, but it'll do a little bit of damage while moving him, which is obviously better than just moving him.
Continue the onslaught.
Okay, and we can pretty much fight from these positions, honestly. Or wait, can the Flagellant fight from that position? Maybe I should have moved the... Yeah, maybe I should have moved the Flagellant to the front. Yeah, he can't fight from that position, in fact. Okay, well. I mucked that up a little bit.
Another one falls.
Okay, good toss.
Executed with impunity.
You know, it turns out not to matter all that much. Oh, hey, the stun actually landed. I was lucky.
Be gone, fiend.
This is a good button. This is my favorite quality of life fix that was implemented during the time. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and dig this up. We have 3 shovels for a short, because we found one. I feel okay about that. Wow, that's pretty good.
Otherworldly corruption.
In my experience, treasure really helps the flow of corruption. Oh, hey! I need that. We gotta get that from him. I don't know why we couldn't just forge our own invitations. But here we are. This is the world we live in now. Wow, this dude is 21 dodge. So, am I afraid of him? Like, I kind of think we should focus on these guys. Alright. You don't want to plan for the enemy to live a long time, but the, had things gone wrong, the Blight ticking twice would have probably done more damage than her knife throw. Well, terrible strength.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
So we could throw a Retribution out. Retribution will mark this guy, and so it might confuse their targeting a little bit. I don't really want the Gravedigger taking bonus damage from being marked, assuming that they have an attack that does bonus damage against marked people. She's a little more fragile. Unfortunately, yeah, it didn't have any effect. That didn't work in my favor at all. Alright, I guess we'll just throw knives. The Blight's ending up not mattering very much. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. You can't do anything from this position. Holy crap. I guess there's no particular reason for us to... Oh, they leave. Okay. Okay, so you do have to focus those guys. Well, that's a bummer. So this does a very small amount of damage and 2 points of bleed. I hate to do this, but I think we're just going to have to spend another turn rearranging. Okay, so when those guys show up, we have to focus them down first. That's a shame. This is going awry. I was just complaining about not fighting mosquito dudes. Oh, come on.
And now the true test. Hold fast or expire.
He's never ever going to be allowed to have a turn again.
Annihilated.
Okay, well. She bleeds to death. Great. Fantastic. Yeah, these things suck, and I hate them. Alright, we can apply a... the funny thing is, having a healer would not have made much of a difference there, because all of the stuff happened between my turns. Like, I didn't get to act at any point during that sequence of events. We're gonna die, is what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna lose a whole party. And it certainly isn't helped by the fact that my man-at-arms can never ever land an attack under any circumstances. Our damage output is terrible. We pretty much have to heal, right? Because otherwise they'll kill him or maybe both of these guys at the beginning of this coming turn. That's pretty good. Yeah, these mosquito enemies suck and I hate them. I would much rather fight the dudes with the things on their heads. Alright, well at least they're missing occasionally now too.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Well, we're pretty much back in... The three of us are pretty much back in fighting shape. The crazy thing is, these guys have some dodge. You know, not a huge amount of dodge. He resisted the bleed. He has 15% bleed resist. I was going to say, these guys have 10 dodge. So, you know, they dodge some of the time, right?
Ghoulish horrors brought low and
but we haven't really got... We didn't really get dodged during the beginning part of that fight. It was all just hard misses. Just people with less than 100% accuracy managing to roll miss over and over again. That's something. Is this a new background? I don't think I've seen this before. Are they all the same hand? No, they're not all the same hand. Some of these are left and some of them are right. I wonder what that is about. That's pretty weird. Ugh. Man, my Grave Robber. The Grave Robber is not the greatest class in the game. If we end up going a long string of time without having a Grave Robber, it's actually not that big a deal. But I like having one, and like I said, they have some pretty good trinkets, some pretty interesting stuff they have access to. Sure.
Packs laden with loot.
Yeah, no, let's eat a little bit, I guess. This has been terrible. This has gone very poorly for us so far. No scouting, really, none. Okay. We've been at maximum light, entering every room so far. Cannot get a scouting report.
Nature herself, A victim to the spreading corruption. Malformed with misintent.
Alright, well... that doesn't change anything at all, I think. That one's not a big deal. Okay, babies. Could be worse. I can't take off my sun ring. I just realized they still have a sun ring on. Well, we should probably try to focus on these guys. Oh, that's... I hit 3 and not 2. I was trying to do... finish him. Well, I mean, we certainly got him bleeding for a lot. Alright, so if we can connect with... He's going to bleed for 6. So we'd have to hit him for 5. Okay, well, if we hit him, it would do 5. I was debating whether it was better to take the real swing at him or to go for the stun and let him just bleed out over the course of his remaining 2 turns. There we go. That's what I want to do. Here's a question. Will Retribution... It will. If it hits him, it will do enough damage to kill him. Okay. Well, we still get the riposte effect. Damn it. Again, I'm just marking my guy to try to draw attention off of the other marked dude, but... Hey, well, that worked out. So that's what riposte stance does. It makes it so that if you get hit while you are in riposte stance, you strike back. This guy has 25% stun resist. See, he counts as human. I think we should probably try to keep our health up. All things considered. Alright, here we go.
Impressive.
I would much rather land a stun with the Man-at-Arms and let the Bounty Hunter do his comparatively pretty superior amount of melee damage. Alright, whenever you only have to deal a little bit of a damage to an enemy to finish him off, it is wise to do it with riposte, so that you can get into your riposte stance and get some free damage. Or you can get crit and then miss your counterattack. Okay, so it looks like they might only be able to become rapturous. They don't have access to the normal sanity loss effects. That's actually totally fine, though. Him being rapturous is cool. That's fine with me. Hey, look, we got a scout.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Well, there's a fight that I don't really want to have to do given our light level, but unfortunately, no matter what, we are going to have to hit this room. Let's go ahead and eat. So this has gone terribly. Yeah, sure, we'll take your stupid short fiction.
The darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
Okay, the good news is we snuck up on him. Okay, and that's a pretty good hit. So we have to get 6 more damage onto him? This should work.
Devastating blow.
Boy, did that work. Yeah, that's it. Make him bleed. That'll show him. Okay, so he still only has 65% stun resist. Oh, we didn't land the bleed. Well, that's probably probably irrelevant, given the amount of damage he's taken at this point. I have to say, I am not loving our margins on this one. Like, not Not to immediately discount the loss of a human life or anything. Alright, say you're sorry to him. You apologize. Okay. And I wish the turns were working out slightly differently so that this guy was still stunned on Fitzroy's turn. So I'd love to get some of that bonus damage. So you're at 65%. My stun has a 140% chance to hit. So yeah, we're still pretty likely to land this. Let's just never let this guy have a turn. This dog is, it's killing me. Alright, this should be lethal. Okay, good. We got there. Now it's the dog's turn to eat shield.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
But yeah, like I was saying, we don't really have that much treasure, and we're gonna have to do some like very serious de-stressing.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten. Carelessness
Of course.
will find no clemency in this
Of
place.
course. Alright. Eat. Everybody eat. We're about to be done with this dungeon. We don't actually need this food anymore. Okay. And if there was a fight in here, I wanted to be as healthy as possible for dealing with it. Let's just go. Wait, I pressed the wrong button. That's not the let's just go button. Here we go. Jesus.
Every cleared path and charted route reduces the isolation of our troubled estate.
Yeah, we made 8,000 gold there, minus supplies. But we went pretty cheap on supplies. It was probably less than 1,000. We're gonna have to de-stress 3 people, and we had a death, which is a, and that's gotta go too. That's horrible. Slugger's nice. Early Riser's good. Yeah, that went really, really badly for our bank. It's not great for the grave robber, obviously.
Shone, and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Okay. Well, the good news is we have our blood supply problem completely under control, I think. Hold on, let's check everybody out. So you can't meditate. You're a flagellant, so we may as well just do this. We know that's happening. Oh. No. I double-clicked accidentally. And you don't care where we de-stress you. So let's de-stress you guys elsewhere. Okay, so we could finally put Grentimesnil in the thing. I don't really want to de-stress these two in the Abbey. So I don't want them to catch the Crimson Curse. What are you at? 44. Honestly, at this point, I think we may just allow him to wait another week. Let's see. I don't think it matters. One of you does this, and one of you does that. Just hold me for now. Something tells me he'll be feeling better real soon. Okay, so these are not terrible items, but they're certainly not worth considering spending money on. Ugh. That was a real kick in the face. What is that? Plus 25% damage versus bloodsuckers. That's interesting. This is the wounding helmet, which I do like. Ooh, long yellows also award orange quality items, so those are definitely worth looking at. Plus bleed and blight resist if your HP is low. That doesn't seem like a very good item. Honestly, even if it was just plus 20% bleed and blight resist, it had no qualification on it, I still wouldn't, like... That doesn't help me kill people. And as we all know, killing people is the only thing that matters. Dazzling Charm is not great, but it does have no downside. It's a thing that does help you win combat more efficiently, and this has no downside, and it's portrait mission. Yeah, okay, let's do this now. This is miserable. I'm having a miserable time this episode. Who wants to rock? Oh, we had to check the stagecoach. I need a healer, preferably an occultist. That guy's name is Sour Devil. So no healer. Really need a healer. Okay, well, what do we have? What do we have sitting around? What team could we make of level 1s to do this and get us some more portraits? We could go like... These are all the level 1s. We go like... Cheney. You and... You? Maybe? You have to be in the second slot to do, or you have to be in the third slot to do any of your stuff. You can use your pistol shot from the back row, but none of your other attacks, really. Tracking shot. This is just a bad party composition. Okay, hold on. Maybe we do a yellow. This is a bummer. It's deeds. Also, a long, clear 100% of room battles mission is... That sucks. That is a crappy thing. Now we could go knock this out. Yeah, maybe let's do that. Let's take a good team of professional murderers and get some work done here. So, we could do this. Right? It's the ruins. There's a... Everything here is blightable. And then, who wants to be in front? Somebody's got to be in front. Hey, it's you. We can do something like that. Yeah, it's not a bad party. Okay, so are you teched out for being in front? We have to drop Hound's Rush. We don't really have a lot of people who benefit from marking. So, like, this is not a very good skill. Just kind of in general, at level 1. Once you've leveled it up a little bit and it gets a little more bleed, it's stronger. But this is just kind of like a bad... Houndmaster does not make a great first slot dude. This does at least allow us to drop people's prots, but like... I think we're maybe better off. Let's not have Lick Wounds, but instead have Hound's Rush. And this way, if we get shuffled for some reason, or if we have to turn on Beast Mode, this guy will end up moving to the front probably, and in that situation, then Siochis can contribute Hound's Rush. This is not a terribly difficult boss fight. If we're just smart. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just make this will be kind of a long video. Okay, so first things first. Does everybody have reasonable camp skills? You have Encourage, Experimental Vapors. Ooh, I think they changed Experimental Vapors. I don't remember it giving a big healing received buff. That's pretty good. I like that a lot. This allows him to freely remove people's diseases. Unfortunately, not the one we care about. You have Dark Strength, Abandon Hope. You have a Nighttime Ambush Preventer and some de-stress abilities. Yeah, this seems pretty good. This seems like a pretty good group of dudes. Let's throw some blacksmith upgrades on them, though. So let's sort by activity, put the party at the top. Do I want to buy... Probably weapon upgrades, right? Yeah. It's expensive, but at this level you get a, in addition to the damage increase and the crit increase, you also get a speed up. I think we're just going to do it on everybody. Oh, we can afford armor smithing too. We've been getting a lot of dudes. So that would be another 8k spent, but man, it would really, really reduce the amount of the amount of likelihood of death is not a good way to express that, but it would make us much less likely to die. We'll need this upgrade eventually.
Every plan relies upon a strong arm and tempered steel.
Yeah, that's basically true. That's basically true, Wayne. You're right on. Alright, these men. These men are killers. We definitely want to upgrade this. This just gives a small amount of extra dodge when guard dogging, which is not actually something he'll be doing that often because most of his turns he'll be doing blackjack. We may as well upgrade Hound's Rush while we're here. I could... No, I don't have the crest necessary to upgrade the cost reduction. But what else is he going to do during this? We could upgrade... Actually, yeah, the second level of Hound's Harry... Oh, I guess not. My memory is that the second level of... the second upgrade to Hound's Harry made the bleed do 2 points per round. Well, never mind. I'm not going to upgrade that again. We're probably not going to use that ability very often. We definitely want to upgrade Manacles. We're a little short on money. Let's sell some not useful trinkets. So, like, these things don't really work, don't really do anything of value. We don't need 2 of these. We'll never have 2 Plague Doctors in the party. I mean, I guess maybe not never, but it's very unlikely. Alright, and then these things are just kind of broadly bad. We'll see how close we come to just running out of money. So we have to be a little judicious about our upgrades. So let's hold on. We know we're going to want... This makes the bleed worse if it lands. We probably... I mean, 5% accuracy is just really good. It's a good to have accuracy. But you know what we should do is we should upgrade this guy's stun as well. His stun and his blights. For sure. And then I think double upgrading this guarantees that it heals 2 points, which is something, I guess. Could matter. Taking somebody off death's door with a 1-point bleed on them, you know, that happens. We probably don't need Absolution to be better. I will upgrade his transform. There's a lot of text here. Don't worry about it. Just know that if we have to transform, we'll be glad we upgraded transform. And then, honestly, the odds are he's just going to be swinging that chain every turn for the entire dungeon. But we have to have enough money for supplies. Maybe let's not go any further than that. We've given them a lot of upgrades, and the equipment was the most important part. Alright, let's go fight a boss. Impromptu boss fight time. Let's do it. So, we want you to have this, because you're going to be dealing an awful lot of cudgel blows. We also want you to have... Yeah, that's fine. Sure. We have your Stun and Blight Padlock. So, believe it or not, a huge amount of our damage is going to come from the occultists shanking people and the stuns and blights. Well, sorry, very little damage comes from the stun, but the blights. So, I think I'm going to give a legendary bracer to my occultist. I like him being fast, though. He has rabies, doesn't he? Yeah, he's actually going to be hitting people pretty hard. The stab is really a pretty good attack. We're not going to see that many Eldritch enemies in the ruins. Trujan's Charm wouldn't be terrible. He is also going to be doing a lot of healing. His accuracy is not great. Is this a real thing? Am I actually going to do this? It feels silly, but I think it might be. I might actually be right. Hold up. This is easier. Let's give you your fancy book. And then also, this is cool, but he's not in the right slot for it, and also he doesn't know... Or sorry, she, I think the Plague Doctor's female. She doesn't even have Incision. We give her this. That's pretty good. Yeah, we're not like the super highest damage party. We can convert into a pretty high damage party by doing a transform and then swapping these two. And in beast mode, the Abomination has an attack that moves him forward, so it'll be pretty easy to do. Why don't you carry this? And then -3 speed still puts him at 6 speed, which actually is pretty high. But let's not do that. Let's give him... Why are there so many gray quality trinkets that are just about stunning? I guess let's give him Shurujin's Charm plus 15% healing output with the values of his heal is significant, and there's no downside. Nah, I'm giving him 5 accuracy. I am equipping a trinket that is just 5 accuracy on knife stab. It's gonna be entertaining at least. Okay, so they're both craving. We need to bring 2 vials of blood with us. Oh my god, we have 4 blood. It's so nice. It's so nice to... Hey, I shift clicked. Well, I don't have the money. Okay, let's sell some more of these garbage trinkets. Like, we're never ever going to equip this. I'm never going to equip that. I'm never going to equip that. Nor that. Honestly, nor that, nor... Yeah, these are all bad. Eh, we'll keep that. It's not totally impossible that I hook that up. This is terrible. Okay. We should also bring... Well, we're going to the ruins. Let's bring a couple of keys. And you can see, just like going through your trinkets and selling, we were selling lowest rarity total garbage trinkets, and we were able to make a lot of money very quickly. We probably want to bring a couple of shovels just in case. I don't want to carry too much stuff in, but holy water's nice. I think we'll call it there.
Excavations beneath the manor were well underway when a particularly ragged indigent arrived in the hamlet. This filthy, toothless miscreant boasted an uncanny knowledge of my ambitions and prognosticated publicly that, left unchecked, I would soon unleash doom upon the world.
How dare he? Doesn't he know it's not polite to be so correct about things?
The echoes of his mindless tittering reverberate maddeningly.
That's a pretty good open. So, here. We may just go straight to him and then figure it out from there. Do I want to bloodlust these guys, or do I want to wait until they're wasting? Because they deal stress to everybody while in the craving state and while in the bloodlust state. So if we wait until they start wasting, we're going to take a bunch of stress until they hit wasting, and then we restore them. Or we could just bloodlust them now and also take a bunch of waste. Or also take a bunch of stress. I guess just bloodlust them? So we're not really going to be doing a lot of fighting right at the beginning here. Let me go. You know, maybe I should have brought more blood. Yeah, maybe I should have brought more blood. Okay. You can be the trap springer. I think it's medicinal herbs that you want for that. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay, we don't need to torchlight up. Oh, wow. Lucky scout. Oh, a secret room. Okay, so... Here's the question. Do we want to hit the secret room right away as we pass? The problem with hitting it right away is that you pick up 3 items, and it means your inventory tends to get full. And if you can come back later, that's usually what you want to do. Because when you come back later, you know, you will have used up some torches and your firewood and some of your food. You'll have extra slots. But I kind of don't want to plan to walk all the way back over here. Well... I don't know. We probably should just hit it. Huh. So I want to camp somewhere over here. I think I'm going to kill the light.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery.
Step over here, loot this in the dark. We'll loot this in the dark as well.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Okay, we definitely just eat the 2 food, right? Do I want to swap Dismas's head in for this warrior's cap? Yep, I do. Okay, then we loot this curio in the dark. And now we torchlight up.
The match is struck. A blazing star is
There we go.
born.
That's pretty good. I'm not upset about that. We're reclaiming some of our luck here. Oh wow, he really will do anything. That's not great. Actually, it's probably not a big deal.
Exposed to a killing blow.
I would rather have had him stunned, but you know. Let's just take this guy out, I guess.
As the fiend falls,
Prevent his turn.
a faint
And then
hope blossoms.
you are at 50% stun. My chance of landing stun is pretty high, 120. The blight certainly won't do it. It's 5 points per round. I mean, if we land the blight... Okay. Now he gets at most 1 more turn. And maybe he doesn't even get that.
Eradicated.
Alright, hopefully they'll both calm down a little bit soon. Yeah, so you saw when he transformed into a beast, it stressed everybody a little bit. When he untransforms in a moment, yeah, everything will be fine. It heals him a little bit, and we lose some of the stress. The transformation is still a net bummer, but it helped a little bit. Okay, we'll toss this out. Scouting chance, trap disarm chance, and speed. Is 10% scouting chance? Well, you know what? So there's 2 reasons that scouting chance is really important. Number 1 is that a battle that you scouted never surprises you. And number 2 is secret rooms. You can only find them by scouting. So, I'm not going to swap it, I guess. Minus 20% surprise chance is probably better than plus 10% scouting chance. If we're just talking about the chance of being surprised during battle. And we've already done the secret room, so... You'll be fine. Don't... Oh. He hulked out just for a moment. I've never seen that before. Actually, do I want a beast bile? Nah. Alright, let's do a little bit of teamwork. These guys make
Press this advantage.
an excellent team.
No quarter.
Turns out we didn't need the stun. Sorry, were you saying that to him? Listen, what you guys want to get up to back at the Hamlet is your own business. You know what? I will anti-venom you. I suspect we're not going to need that for a curio or anything. But could if you could just refrain from tasting each other while we are in the dungeon. He is definitely causing a problem. So that's his move forward attack, like I was saying.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, you need to calm down. This guy's already dead, so we can completely ignore him. Please stop hitting each other. How long is this bloodlust gonna last? I don't want to take a turn. I want to get a little bit of healing done here. So you're missing 7 health. You're missing 6. Okay, good stuff. And you can heal yourself and remove that bleed.
Death by inches.
Wow, lots of loot today. Somebody pointed out that I keep throwing away medicinal herbs while people have debuffs on them. Good call, guys. There's no reason to throw it away, right? If you're not going to use it, at least remove the debuffs. We actually are going to use our dog treats. I'm not going to forget, so I'm not going to throw them away. A random stun stone. This is worth like 750 gold. So I think I might just dump the holy water for it, or like even the key. The most important reason to keep keys is the secret room, and we've already done that, so... I think the key is more likely to lead to us getting extra gold than the holy water. We're going to find a chest or something, I'm sure. This just gives a small defense buff. I mean... Oh, or I can do that. Usually it gives a small defense buff. Okay, this dude is going down. Oh yeah, now that we're about to have a big battle, it's time for the bloodlust to end. Alright. Okay, so... Do we hit him though? He doesn't actually have that much health. He has a lot of dodge. I'm wondering if the better play might be to stun some of these guys. Yeah, let's just put sources of damage onto him, right? Okay, so that's got him for 5. So he's actually dead. He'll take 5 damage at the beginning of his turn, and then the stun will wear off, and then he'll take 5 damage at the beginning of his next turn. So let's work on killing this mosquito. That's the next thing, because now I hate these mosquitoes. I've learned that the mosquitoes cannot be trusted. This might be a kill. The stun won't land. I don't think I want to transform for this.
Their formation
Yeah,
is
there we go.
broken.
Good enough.
Maintain the offensive.
Okay, so we're going to get our invitation, it looks like. This guy's going to do a little gastric magic. That was your last action. I hope it was worth it.
A powerful blow.
For justice, I guess. Okay. The blight was not that likely to land.
Its own.
I'm glad it did, though. That simplifies things for us considerably. Alright, well let's just take a moment here and repair ourselves while he slowly dies. Calm down, Wayne. We're in cleanup mode. Kill this guy and pull the blight off of him. This is a combination I used a ton during my last playthrough, and I haven't done it so much this time because the occultist has been sort of like handcuffed to that. Yes.
Unforgiving.
Oh, we gotta find inventory space for all this garbage. Shoot. I told you this was gonna be a problem. Well, how far are we from the boss? Pretty far. I was debating dropping the torches. We probably don't want to drop the food. We could drop a stack of the food. Okay, hold on. I'm going to drop a key. Take 2 vials of blood. We're not in a position to not take 2 vials of blood. We don't need busts that badly. I think deeds and portraits are the ones that matter most. Okay, we're taking this. There's no universe in which we can let that go. And then this is 750 gold. I mean, like, I'm not dropping the shovels. I guess I'm gonna keep my food. Yeah, I'll just drop 250 gold worth of citrine for 750 gold worth of emeralds. I am not going to torch. Alright, we're going to camp right before the boss room. Is my current plan. Not touching it. If you have some holy water to, you know, consecrate it a little bit, it's perfectly reasonable too. Actually, maybe we camp right here? This might be a good place to camp. Hate these mosquitoes, man. Alright, yeah, Just lock him up. Make sure he doesn't get to do stuff. Do I want to just throw a back row stun for the purpose of clearing out this mosquito? I don't think so. Let's blight him instead. Okay. So remember, we have quite a bit of extra blight chance, and that blight has a very high chance of application to begin with. So I think we're at 100. Yeah, we're at 150% blight skill. So even the 80% resist that these sycophants have still means we're really pretty likely to land it. Oh, if he hadn't dodged, we just have to get a small amount of damage onto him. He needs to take 3. This bleeds for 1. I mean, if it hits... Damn it. If it had done 2 damage on impact, that would have been good enough. Don't gather my blood, I need it.
Slowly, gently. This is how
And I kind of accidentally... I was not trying to kill that guy, I sort of accidentally killed that guy. I guess just... do this. The stun's not going to land, but it's the best damage that we have access to from that slot. Aw. That's a shame. His speed is high enough that he might get to go first. Our occultist has 9 speed. Yeah, he gets to go first. Alright, well he's going to heal himself, but it's not going to be for enough to matter. Damn it. Could you guys please hit him? Okay, he's actually dead now. Who wants a little healing?
the blood,
Oh, nice.
the limbs obey.
You get extra stress relief from the critical heal on top of the normal stress relief of the ability.
Success. So
This is worth
clearly
500.
in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay, I think somebody in the comments mentioned that you can camp with the loot window open, and then at the end of camp, the loot window will still be available. So I'm going to try it. Yeah, we can just leave it here.
Circle in the dark.
I'll take it now.
The battle may yet
Okay.
be won.
That's cool. So we don't really need to eat 2 food, or 8 food. But if we don't eat 8 food, we don't get that inventory clearance. And it's not like we couldn't use the minus 10 stress. Alright, so now we don't really have to commit very much in the turn in the way of de-stressing. I'm going to prevent the ambush and get us some surprise chance. And then we can spend the rest of the time buffing, mostly. So, we don't really need to do either of these things. Nobody has a disease that I particularly need removed, right? I'm sure it doesn't work on the Crimson Curse, and I actually kind of like my occultist having rabies. Maybe that's maybe that's a very selfish way of approaching that. He cannot Dark Strength himself, unfortunately. We could buff up our Abomination's speed. I don't know that that's actually necessary. Yeah, we kind of didn't bring a lot of great buffs, actually. Put myself in a position where I don't need any of the things that I have. Well, you're at 24 stress. Like, we can do Therapy Dog. Everybody's all buffed up against stress, and then, like... we should give somebody plus... I'll give this guy a damage buff. If he does have to transform, he'll be able to make great use of that. Then we have 3 time units left. We de-stress a little bit more. He could minus 20 himself. We could do an encourage on him. Yeah. And then he could stress everybody out to de-stress himself. I'm actually fine with that. Go ahead. We'll all be worms soon enough. Interesting. It says 50% chance of plus 10 and 50% chance of plus 5. I didn't realize that those were two separate rolls, because he managed to not hit either of them. Okay, that's pretty good. Honestly, this run is mostly making up for the thing that happened to us on the last run. Not touching that.
Require only the strength to follow it.
Those are fine curios to interact with if you have a little bit of holy water. I don't think we should touch it.
Packs laden with loot
Cool.
are often low on supplies.
God, I love how fast our party is. This is really really nice, actually. We're good dodgers, too. You can really feel the effects of the upgraded gear. That's fantastic. That's also pretty good. So she's dead. This guy will take one tick and then die on his next turn. We probably don't have to push it on him. And we have super high stun chances on our frontline guys. Do I want to hit this guy again? Because I could blast this guy with the blight. And make it so that he definitely doesn't get a turn ever again. This guy's a little bit tougher. I'm going to let you have your one turn. Wasted it, man. That was your shot. What are you thinking? Alright. Do I just knife this dude? Like, he's got 5 speed. He's actually almost certainly going to go last next turn. Let's focus out. Okay, so I just need to do 1 damage to you. Okay, fight's basically over. This is a really good party combo. It says a lot that they, like, significantly nerfed those single target high chance stuns, and they still are like a really, really strong strategy. Let's just take a moment to try to land some critical heals, get a little stress relief. Myself, I guess? No luck. Oh wow.
Remind yourself
I've never been for any of this stuff.
Slow and insidious killer.
Shoot, I didn't get a scout, so I don't know if there's a tunnel blockage. Gosh, I really wish I knew that. That'd be a great thing to know. So this is worth 1,000. This is worth dropping a trinket for. We can't drop our last stack of food because we might get a hunger event. We could drop the dog treats. Like, I was planning to use these, but the boss isn't really that hard. Yeah, you know what? This is 750 gold worth of jade. That's the Stunstone is worth 750. And we could find another jade to throw on the stack, so this is probably worth doing. And the question is, do I want 2 deeds, or to start a stack of deeds, rather, more than I want any of this other stuff? God, I wish I knew whether I could throw these shovels away. I think, this is going to sound crazy, but I think I'm going to let the deeds go. We need the blood. Yeah. Do we need the blood? Maybe I don't need the blood. Now that we're brewing blood. Yeah, let's do this. So no scout. So I don't think I opened this treasure chest. I think we come back after the boss fight. And I'm going to do the same thing with that. I'm going to not open it just yet. Let's keep the light high so that our, we have the sun ring and some traits and stuff. Whoa, what are you guys doing here? I like the idea that we just, like, stumbled on these skeletons, having a conversation in the hallway. Just, living their lives, going about their day. I don't know why, but there's something about... Wow, jeez.
Be wary. triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
There's something about skeletons in video games. I don't know.
The madman hides there, behind the pews, spouting his mindless drivel.
Oh no, he has prophesied my end. So he creates a, basically, next turn, I think, or maybe at the end of this turn, some point in the near future, rocks are going to fall on this position. Now our Houndmaster has 31 dodge, and also he's just kind of like a buff dude. He'll be alright. So you can see here, the sort of the core gimmick of this fight is that there are these pews he's hiding behind. And the pews can be hacked down, obviously, and then he'll slide forward. The pews are worth money. They drop loot. I kind of wish that our Abomination had gone first, because we're going to transform for this fight. As it is, I guess we can put a little bit of damage onto one of the pews. We could do this and like bleed the boss a small amount. None of our options are fantastic. Maybe I'm going to guard you. Because again, my plan is to swap these two's positions. So that gives him plus... He's almost at 50% dodge now. And he'll take the hit from the falling rocks. Yeah, that was maybe right. This removes dodge. Yeah, we'll just hit you. But what I was saying about skeletons. I don't know why, but there's something about skeletons in video games that's always been like... I've always liked skeleton characters. I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. I guess maybe it's because, you know, in a way, in a very real way, there's a little skeleton in all of us. Alright, so we're going to smash up this first pew. I probably cannot blight the pews. There's not really a lot of sense in going for that. You have 100% stun resist, but no blight resist. But once we have this dude into the third space, it's going to be much easier to do... Whoa. Whoa. Uh-oh. That stuns. Oh, no. Okay, well, it turns out he can't hit the Abomination under any circumstances. Okay, that's less good. Keep stacking those blights. Alright, let's, So he has Rake, which does considerably less damage, but hits 2 targets, and then gives a stacking damage bonus to Rake. So I guess the question is, do I want to smash up the first pew, which I might be able to do right now, and then focus on this boss, or do I want to break down as many pews as possible, because they're actually worth money? And we, like, at this point, we know we can drop the shovel, we know we can drop the food, we can just fill our inventory with pieces of the pews and then leave. That's maybe a little presumptuous, but I'm going to do it, obviously. A little presumptuous in the sense that, like, hey, maybe I'm not actually going to be able to win this fight so easily. I don't know. We'll find out. Because this third pew is going to get wrecked just by me using Abyssal Artillery over and over again. Alright, how much? 22. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage. Okay, this time it's just the one. So we should probably... Okay, I didn't really heal for enough. I'm not worried about him since he's not prognosticated on. Do I want to throw the guard dog out? Or do I want to just focus on the boss? If he had enough damage, if the Plague Doctor had enough health that I was sure, absolutely sure she wouldn't Death's Door off of the rocks, I probably would have let her just tank them. As it is, we'll have the Houndmaster take it. Well, I guess that's not a safe strategy, because he could have stunned. Yeah, that could have been really bad, actually. Houndmaster's a good, he's good at shoving people out of the way of stuff. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. We'll definitely throw an Occultist heal out here. Keep stacking up those blights. This dude's ticking real bad. I guess we toss the dog at him. Good old dog toss. Ew. Ew. Don't do that. What's wrong with you?
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, okay. It's not an attack. Doesn't do damage. Can't kill. I could really use... Here. Let's make sure you don't die. Let's make sure absolutely nothing dumb happens. So... I don't think I want to have Battlefield Medicine. I think we're just going to go for the... Well... The thing is, if I don't Battlefield Medicine, I just go for the Occultist Heal, there's a chance, right, that it heals for 0 and applies a bleed. Yeah, and right now 2 points of health would be enough to keep him from dying, or from re-death storing off the bleed. Okay, that's not so bad. I'm just gonna keep smashing the, like, I think we're doing pretty well here. He's gonna tick pretty hard next turn. Like, I'm greedy and I want treasure. Ooh, he can double target his stun? I did not realize. That's actually really bad. I'm glad I guarded with the Houndmaster. Yeah, I didn't realize he could double stun. That sucks. Okay, so the Houndmaster guarded the prognostication, which doesn't really make a lot of sense when you think about it. It's pretty good for us, though. Maybe I should give up on these. He's going to tick for 6 more. We definitely need to hit him some more. I have a 165% stun chance. Which is actually, it's like likely to hit. The rocks are falling on people who are at like pretty high health. Although actually, I guess you're not really at that high health. No, let's hit the boss. Let's try to get the boss down to a point where I know I can kill him at a moment's notice if I have to. Please stop doing that. It's really gross. Okay, double dodges. Good work, guys. Okay, that's not ideal, but we can definitely deal with that. Please, this would be a good time to... Alright. He keeps hitting, like, right in the middle of his range. Alright, that's a lethal... Yeah, okay, he has lethal on him now. I think I'm gonna go for a guard. You have 14 health, man? You're bleeding. So I'm going to guard you. Because I don't want this guy to go to death's door and then bleed and die immediately. Damn it. Well, he did. The bleed fell off at least. Okay. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Facing the abyss.
Because he does prognostication. And then his speed is 0. So we have a couple of people who are guaranteed to go before him. He's going to tick for 6 damage this turn. This thing has 5 health. So actually, the Abomination's turn is probably going to kill the boss and the remaining pew.
Patched up. If only to bleed again.
Okay. Yeah, everything's fine. We're good. Everything's good.
Did he foresee his own demise? I cannot, so long as he remains dead.
Okay, so yeah, 2,500 gold for each destroyed pew. So we toss this and this. We know we won't need them. We don't need that. So what, this thing is worth like... I don't remember. It's like 1,000 or 1,250 for a green trinket. So what do we throw away? Honestly, I think we... This is actually good. We're not going to get any more gold, because I'm leaving. So we can drop 125 gold. We can drop the survival guide to take the padlock. This is 750. This is 500. So, like, this is the least valuable thing in our inventory right now. Yeah, so we drop that. Pick up the padlock. And then this is worth... I guess I would probably drop... Actually, the tarnished trinkets sell for $750, right? So this is more? So this is actually worth more than the jade is. And also I might add, like, I actually might use that. There's totally a situation where we might use that. Yeah, okay. Let's go home. That went really, really well, actually. This is a great piece of loot. It's a huge amount of money. Didn't really get a lot of heirlooms. Okay, and all positive traits, too. Fantastic. Well, that feels pretty good. That feels like a pretty good comeback off of that first adventure.
Man is slave to the beast, and the beast is slave to the moon.
It's an interesting event. Sometimes your abominations just go up a level. That doesn't apply to us. We only had one abomination, and he was not idle. Resolve level refers to this. That's a really interesting. It was a really interesting event. Okay, Dismas had to drink, but that's fine. Now we're all set on blood for a really long time. And I was talking about building the bank, but like I don't know when we're gonna get our next blueprint. You know what we do have though? An invitation. So is this feasible to do? I'm assuming, yeah, that this is gonna lower the infestation level, and I kinda hate the infestation. Also, that's 48 crests. What? Oh, but this is terrible. Has it always been this? Is it always the Master's Essence every week? Alright, this boss loot is not great. Trying to figure out what we're doing next. This is pretty okay. It's pretty good. 10 accuracy and minus 25% stress. Also, although the mission itself will be pretty low loot since 3 of our slots will be filled up with the stuff, we do get a cool event out of it. These ones are a little bit different. We take 3 slots worth of items into the dungeon and then use them, so you don't have you don't lose inventory space on these. And that's not a bad item. Obviously, that's pretty good for melee focused highwaymen. That's okay, I guess. Yeah, okay. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do next. You know what? I'm going to leave you guys in suspense here. I'm going to figure it out myself. I think I'm going to go back and look at the tapes and check and see if this has been changing from week to week. If it has, we probably won't go to the courtyard right now, and we will instead wait for an item that I like better to appear in the loot table. If this is the only thing that we can get, if this has been static loot for every week, then we'll just go to the courtyard next. Because, first of all, I'm curious, and secondly, we gotta reduce the number of mosquitoes. It hasn't been a big problem so far. I really like the little changes in town, based on the town events. You see the abomination change to the tree in the middle of town. This game is fun. This is a good game. Are we at 4 deaths now? 3. Ugh. Alright, we gotta be careful, man. This is, if there's any way we're gonna lose the game, it's that. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the series as much as I am. If you are, you know, likes and comments and all that YouTube stuff is very helpful to me. Come back next time. Maybe we're gonna go and meet this Baron I keep hearing so much about. And we'll see you then.